We're back. Unicorn Overlord. I'm assuming this is the final stage. We defeated Galarius. So we got Vultro here. Maybe we want to. I don't know who our best bet is to defend this.
I shall be your shield. Your orders, my liege. I shall be your shield. I have seen enough.
Never yield.
Alright, a couple things that we want to do here. I want to get Hodrick out. Oh great, we are in the same mission. Ugh.
How shall I proceed?
Not good at all. So we want to deploy a lane.
The day will be ours.
I shall be your shield. I
Alright,
see
we'll do that. We're going to deploy Yana.
A test for my magic.
We want to deploy Timothy.
I'm not afraid.
We want to deploy. That's what we want to deploy. Deploy this one.
Keep a level head, everyone.
And then we want to deploy Hodrick.
I take arms.
The time is at hand.
I shall prove my work.
Yeah, it does not reset that, which is kind of unfortunate.
Ready.
We march.
I'll show you what a witch can do. I'm on my way.
The time is at hand. To me.
Just say the word. Going there now.
Alright.
Let's see what you're capable of.
I don't like this, the way they
Let's have some fun.
kind of screwed us here with the another
Just a little
battle
magic.
without. It'd be different if we didn't have to face all these units, man. That's what's bad about it.
Focus your mind.
This'll hurt. We strive.
We get shoved back and have to fight our way back through the city, which doesn't make any sense to me, but.
Thunder.
Thunder. I can't not do it. I mean, come on.
I'll gather my magic.
Anyway, let's see.
I'll be back. Not a chance.
Now freeze.
I wish they at least got their stamina back. That would be
I'll not
That
let
would be-
this outstrip me.
a major plus if we got our stamina back.
Heal
42 rounds. That helps.
A little closer to my former strength.
Your orders, my liege.
They can hold most of these, I think. Well, Vultro's gonna just completely destroy them.
Ready. Bow strung.
The time is at hand.
Simply say the word. Don't worry.
We march. Onward.
Your orders, if you would. Whenever you need me. Understood.
Your fate is sealed.
Okay. I don't know how I burnt that. I shouldn't have burned it, but I did.
I've depleted my magic.
The time is the problem here, to be honest with you.
Where should I go?
Ready anytime.
time is at hand. The path is set.
A pitiful end awaits.
The sorrows of this tragic war must never again afflict our land. It's what my father would have wanted. We can do this!
Watch and learn.
Pretty good hit. Not as good as I'd wished for, but
You okay?
oh my god! I didn't expect him to drop Hodrick
This
in one hit.
I'm unstoppable.
Maybe I can't hold this point. I don't know.
I see you.
I'm kind of concerned about that now.
Heating up.
I'm kind of concerned since Hodrick dropped in one hit.
You're gonna burn.
Hammer to the face there.
Is that better? Too slow.
We march.
Simply say the word.
The time is at hand. Onward.
Bow strung.
Your villainy ends here.
No damage than I planned out.
This time, Vinisa, no harm will come to you. Let's begin.
I probably should have.
You okay?
He just hits like a freight train with that thing.
This'll be cold. I won't hold back. I'll see it done.
Hammer to the face, dude. That was crazy without even.
Flying jump. A fine bout.
Your orders, if you would. How shall I proceed? Your orders, my liege. You shall go no further.
Watch over us. You won't! I see you. Too slow.
I see you.
Too slow.
And me. Just watch.
I hope I've got enough power to actually go through this. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about that. To be honest, I am not gonna lie.
Light.
I must have something turned off on him. I don't know. I'm not sure how I got him set up. He doesn't seem to be set up quite right, does he? That's okay. It wouldn't move.
We march.
Just say the word.
Whenever you need me.
Bow strung. Got it.
The time is at hand. The path is set now then. You face me.
My arrows never miss.
Your villainy ends here.
No,
Got you now.
drop.
Come then.
Here to help.
Okay, we'll have to do that, I think. 'Cause I don't want to lose somebody here. 'Cause I don't have time.
Oh, Faye.
I don't have time for this. Probably could have shifted. Probably could have shifted some more stuff here and taken them out without having to do what I did.
Be restored.
It's a bit overkill, Lane. It's a bit overkill.
We march on. Victory grows ever closer.
Ready. Just say the word.
The time is at hand.
Faithful.
Onward.
How shall I proceed? Where should I go? Advancing.
I'll show you what a witch can do. Ready anytime. Going there now.
Okay.
You're not fit to be rust on my spear.
We're gonna get a full heal out of this battle, so maybe. Looks like we
May
would.
the Father guide us.
You won't. Don't go dying on me. Have another.
Oh, wow, that was a good. That pursuit did some dang good damage right there, man.
Easy now.
Okay, keep him alive for right now.
Like new.
There we go. That's where the heals start coming. Brutal, man. Brutal hits there.
Not gonna lose.
Give them nothing!
is a beast of a hitter.
Why not? Yeah.
I'll help.
Alright. It's the best we can do right here. But they've both got a healer left, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
A victory for the
That one's
Liberation.
effectively done.
Your villainy ends here.
That was definitely not what it showed.
I'm right here.
Alright, what I want to do is I want to switch Caesar around a bit. See what difference that makes. Not a lot.
Here to help.
Easy items. Let's let it run. That's all we can do at this point.
The futile struggle of a rebellion damned. Your end draws near, Cornian whelp. Cease these fatuous endeavors and return to nothingness unending.
Many times you've tried, Baltro, but you shall never break our spirit. I promise you that. Now prepare to be vanquished by the might of Fevrit.
Half-wit.
Let's begin.
Agony away.
No.
Shall we?
Unicorn, grant me strength.
Resist.
Darkness!
Hit pretty hard.
Vermin. Prepare for your end.
Whelp.
They had a party of 6.
I won't
That's a
hold
little
back.
bit. It's a little bit.
Be con-
Can you heal him? Can somebody heal Elaine? That's all I want you to do.
Decay. My power seeds.
Not bad.
Alright, so you definitely needed to have that.
Unicorn, grant me strength.
Spirits of the wind.
to the depths with you!
that was not as bad as I thought it was gonna go.
We march.
Alright, this ends it right here, apparently, from the looks of things. So, we're good.
To me.
We're good.
You face me.
We're gonna heal the full, and get the cookie. So that's,
You shall. I'll strike first.
again, I care about this stuff
Unicorn,
more than
grant me
anything.
strength.
If I can break train in it.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Come, Faye.
Never noticed your shield. Come Faye.
Let's have some
Even that
fun.
the Faye disappeared because you used the Faye for that attack. Hammer to the face. Well, I didn't quite get the win, but
Be restored.
Unicorn, grant me strength.
here it is, right here.
I shall heal you.
You definitely had to have them in the party together. So, what an XP. Should have doubled it. I should have done the thing, but I
Never
don't know.
step forth.
'Tis the fruit of my labor. I've grown stronger. It shouldn't come as a surprise.
Never doubt a desert kid.
Should be it right there, I think.
Well fought.
Really, really, we get carnage. I mean, don't get me wrong. In the first half of the game, you looked for Carnelian pendants. Carnelian pendants were amazing in the first half of the game, but that's the reward for the final battle. I'm assuming that's the final battle. Is a Carnelian. Figured you give me something better than that.
Whilst I still feast on the souls of Zenoira, my might is eternal.
Do you not seek their resurrection?
A witless ideal, born of the fool Galerius. He served his purpose well enough in prizing open the gate to the beyond. And now, he shall be consumed like all the rest. What's more, there would be little benefit in reviving mere humans.
Do the souls of your brethren mean nothing to you?
As fuel for my magic, most certainly. What primitive evil should I reanimate next, I wonder? A monster capable of crushing Fevris beneath its heel, perhaps?
If it's a monster you're after, just look in a mirror.
Spirits of Zenoira, hear my call. Your emperor is no more, and in his place, a tyrannical fiend who craves nothing but absolute control. Tell me, is this what you truly desire? To sacrifice your very essence in service of this demon?
Pathetic child.
Souls of the departed, if you've any humanity left within you, lend me your aid!
Oh. Their strength is leaving me. You've ruined everything, accursed fool!
These souls are not a power one can wield, Baltro. They are human lives. Human will in its purest form.
Impossible! The sigil's very nature has been recast. How is this happening?
It appears we arrived just in time.
This isn't how my tale concludes. I won't allow it.
The only escape awaiting you, Ultra, is death's cold embrace.
Wretched disciples! You dare turn on your master!
The time has come again.
Let us lift the curse of the unicorn and bring the salvation of heaven to these lost souls.
Gladly.
Annihility beckons. All of my knowledge, all of my research, lost to the endless emptiness of time.
Now, warriors of Verith, you have our eternal gratitude on behalf of every Zenoiran soul to have ever lived. Thank you, Elaine, and farewell.
Lots of archive entries, apparently.
Ah, there you are. Your coronation is set to commence at any moment.
A word first, if I may. With the much-awaited fall of Zenoiran rule, we finally attained our most coveted dream. 'Twas a vow I made to the ring itself. A promise fashioned out of steel and blood. Yet, can a champion tempered in the flames of war truly lead in times of peace?
From the day of its very inception, Your Highness, the Liberation Army has boasted a singular gift. Its ranks bore nobles, sellswords, and civilians alike. Disparate nations united as one under a common banner. Your banner. None could ever question the strength of such a leader.
He speaks the truth, you know.
Should you not be sound in bed right now?
And miss the day my son is crowned king? I wouldn't so much as dream of it. Elaine, you stand before me a man full grown. One who will rule these lands with compassion and love. Just as you've done for all those who fought beside you. Be proud, my son. Not only of what you accomplished, but how you've made it so.
I will, Mother. Thank you both, from the depths of my heart. Now then, a radiant future for Cornea awaits.
Year 906 of the Hallowed Chronicle. Thus, with all of Everith as his witness, a bold young king ascended the throne. Ere long, the scourge of Galerius and ancient Zenoira would be little more than footnotes on the pages of history. And those scars of war yet blighted the land. Its people, awed and inspired by Cornea's noble ruler, began their arduous trek down the path to recovery. Forevermore would the Chronicles of Everith extol the Savior Elaine's sacred journey, a legend only embellished in the generations to come. That of a divine beast and a liberator king that bore its name. The unicorn, Overlord.
Okay, so I guess this is it. I don't know. Does this hall like lead to something, or is it just gonna stand there while the credits roll? I mean, I'm okay with watching the credits for a bit, but some credits in today's gaming have become a very, very long, like 15, 20 minutes worth of credits, and I'll never go. I wonder how. Would you kind of speed them up a bit? So I would like to. I'm gonna skip it because I fear there's something else to be after it. Yeah. What happened if you picked her for the unicorn ring? Would it change this? Would it have changed this one? After the war, Lex left rule of Cornea to Elaine and set forth to his master blade. When recounted former allies and struggles, he and they would spar just as they did during the prior days of the Liberation Army. There was great distance between him and Elaine. Their bond of friendship remained as strong as ever, and Lex swore to brandish his sword for the king should they lose their eyes. Chloe. With the work concluded, Chloe chose to serve Elaine as chief lady-in-waiting rather than return home to her family in Cornea. And in this role, she oversaw the domestic needs of the kingdom, though she never kept her spear far from hand in case of crisis. At times, she could be seen reminiscing with our old friends at the Knots Barracks. At practice, Jelaine himself would join when the idea presented itself. This is going to be quite a while, isn't it? But it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. We're going to visit everybody, aren't we? Hodrick. After the war, Hodrick was granted a post as the captain of the Cornean Royal Guard, a role which saw him dedicate great attention to the growth of the soldiers and to the unshakable unity. At times, he and his mentor Joseph partook in intense sparring bouts, which never failed to draw onlookers to the training hall. Joseph, though offered the role of Chancellor due to his immense efforts in protecting the prince and shepherding the Liberation Army to victory, Joseph declined and instead chose to see out his days as the new king's personal blade. Ever a stern leader, he worked tirelessly to train the soldiers that would serve as Cornea's new guardians and ensure the kingdom would remain safe as long after his eventual passing. Renaud returned to the land that he once ruled under Zenoran magic, and though some would never forgive his cruel treatment, others came to see sincere regret with which he earnestly faced their resentment. His commitment towards starting anew saw him grow into a fine leader with an eye ever focused on the future, unhindered by the tragic failings which plagued his past. Yeah, it's going to give a bunch up since it did Renaud, I'm thinking. Clive, declining a position within the Royal Guard, Clive returned to the province of the Ashen Blue and began to work on establishing a new form of self-governance with his fellow knights. His bold philosophy, which espoused the virtues of collective rule over a single authority, soon spread throughout the province, from the knights to the order to farmers in this field. Soon after Adel returned to the province of the Ashen Blue, the decorated hero, beloved by fellow knights and townsfolk alike. His bright demeanor saw him remain ever popular, playing with local children during the day and partaking in revelry at the province's Limer Travelers by night. In the end, he chose to live out his days as a beloved knight in the company of his people. Bernice. Berenice, when the Liberation disbanded, Berenice set out to travel Cornea and hone her skills, hunting bandits and aiding in the reconstruction of all the while. Years later, she was welcomed back to the province of Ashen Blue. She chose to settle down and become an instructor in the military arts, thus giving rise to the mightiest army the province had ever known. Haha, figured he'd be there. It's gonna cover them all, looks like. Rolf, with his role as Liberation concluded, Rolf's reputation as a brave hunter earned him a post as guardian of the Cornea's Forest. His duty saw him not only defend the land from the wild beasts and poachers, but tend natural bounty of the region and heal the scars of battle inflicted across the woodlands. Such benevolent deeds brought him nigh endless praise from the people he served. Mordin. After the war, Mordin abandoned his life as a mercenary and lived as a humble stonemason. While the reconstruction of Barbatimo was his first priority, he eventually turned his gaze toward the pursuit of aesthetics and the creation of ever more elaborate architectural products. The stunning facades which lined the main thoroughfare of his home, thus given the name Morden Road on his eventual passings, were beloved by all for generations to come. Auk. Upon reading off a list of his accomplishments with the Liberation at his mother's graveside, Auk departed on a journey of fervent magical research, never to return to his homeland again. The thesis he enumerated later in life came to be treasured as a comprehensive compendium for hopeful sorcerers who as of yet lacked the requisite background in magical arts. After the war, Jeremy quietly departed from the Liberation and returned to his life as a mercenary, where no matter the danger he found himself in, his quick wits and years of experience always sought to safety. Upon completing the particular lucrative job, with a few old faces from the war, he and his men drank an entire tavern dry and were thus writ in the pages of mercenary legend. Okay. It's pretty cool with the credits, I have to say. I kind of like this. We got a long way to go, though. Miriam. With Cornea restored, Miriam was named Captain of the Knights of the Rose. Earl always saw her dignified and indisputable military prowess earn her the adoration of rising female knights, both within her nation's borders and abroad. With a newly placed emphasis on collective strength, the Knights of the Rose quickly grew to be one of the most coveted orders in the land. Kitra. After the war, Kitra continued to serve the Knights of the Rose, while also taking up the post of guarding the people of Grand Corinne. Whenever trouble struck, she and her hammer were always quick to the scene, much to the delight of onlooking citizens. As a skilled craftswoman, she also aided in rebuilding the city and enjoyed unique popularity among the local children due to her sharp wit and fiery attitude. Though efforts in the war saw Fran offered a commanding role in the Knights of the Rose, she politely declined, stating that she preferred to stand as equal rather than superior. Retaining this status granted her the latitude to charge into battle to rescue her allies at a moment's notice, a fact which all who knew her agreed was for the best. It's just cool to see the it's cool that they actually wrote closeouts for all the characters, it looks like. This one we didn't use a whole lot. Melisandre. The peace returned to Cornea. Melisandre slipped past the lanes of watchful advisors day after day in order to request his hand in marriage. While her wish never came to pass, the beauty and vigor of her spirited blade were the highlight of many royal banquet, and thus stole the hearts of countless guests. Colm. After the war, House Mallet began to reclaim its former glory, proved that Colm enjoyed even more than Lady Melisandre herself. Though she had always posed him an array of challenges, the fact that Cornea's new king was the object of her affection presented an endless struggle for her faithful steward. In the light of Monica's deeds with the Liberation, the noble house of Mordin's name was restored to its rightful place in honor and respect. Her calm demeanor, stately dedication, and moral clarity earned her a fierce support of her people, a groundswell which only grew after her grandfather's passing. While she bore great commitment toward helping her people, she never forgot to honor her vassals in the annual Stargazing Festival, which she herself was responsible for creating. Stuff like this is definitely better than seeing just a scroll of text. I mean, it's kind of a scroll of text, but I mean, it's not like a scroll of just names and stuff. It's a more it's good closure. Aramis. After the war, Aramis saw to it that Gilbert was crowned king and left Soldraga to support his brother in the restoration of Drakenhold, taking the guise of a mercenary, a stage actor, a sailor, and much more along the way. In the centuries to follow, local legends throughout the nation told of a host of men named Aramis who appeared to help when the land seemed to be at its most vulnerable. Hilda. With the war concluded, Hilda laid down her spear and pursued an expertise in medicine so that she might aid those who had still suffered. After years of ardent study, she became an apothecary and joined Prim in caring for the sick and infirm throughout Fairbrith. Furthermore, would history speak of the countless lives she and her sister saved astride her gallant, loyal wyvern. Similarly, Prim's attention turned after the war toward the alien people of Fairbrith and supporting Hilda's dogged pursuit of medical knowledge however she could. Her work of caring for the infirm eventually led the Orthodoxy to bestow upon her the title of Honorary Angel, an accolade which Prim could only humbly decline. With the war concluded, Odin donated his earnings to the people of Drakenhold's desert and took up the task of rebuilding his home. Soon enough, towns in the region grew prosperous indeed, and the land once known for its crime and banditry began to flourish in true under Odin's benevolent leadership. After years in the desert, he acquired a ship and sailed the oceans in search for new ventures. Magellan set out to reunite his old band with which scattered across Drakenhold, after which he reunited with the desert and announced them as a group of reformed chivalrous thieves. Tales of their virtues spread even beyond the desert's borders, attracting a horde of young aspirants looking to join their ranks. As the band numbers continued to grow, their keep became a vibrant settlement that saw steady progress under Magellan's guidance. After the liberation span, Liza joined Magellan on his journey and met an influential trader along the way, whom she impressed with her sharp tongue and keen business acumen. While she had always been skilled in the ways of trade, she was able to build a far more profitable enterprise than she ever imagined, with the funds she earned during the war. She then used her wealth to bolster the desert's economy and improve the lives of all within. When the war concluded, Gilbert appointed Gloucester the ruling lord of the desert. There he worked with Aubin to better conditions for the people of the dunes and championed them from a position of authority. His benevolence and unshaking sense of duty earned him the adoration of his citizens, who erected a statue depicting Gloucester atop his loyal steed after his eventual passing. It's interesting because there's several of them that talks about their passing. Some of it doesn't, some of it does. Obviously, time is the thing. So, it's Travis. After the war, Amalia returned to Balmoral and shattered her undefeated streak atop its ranking. Yet, despite her assured victory, the crowds never failed to cheer her on. Upon her eventual defeat, many years later, she rejoiced to have met another warrior as fearless as she. And at Amalia's urging, the two set forth toward new horizons. After the war, Berengaria reformed the Trackhorn mercenaries, and the band was offered a new role as a Drakenhold Order of Knights. However, they chose to decline, and the mercenaries traveled the world fighting for the downtrodden and less fortunate. In the years to come, history would speak of their brave endeavors, and all who lived in Fairbrith would know the Trackhorn name. As a central figure in the reformed Trackhorn mercenaries, Bruno found himself instrumental in the band's renewed efforts. Even striving to become Berengaria's equal on the field of battle, he easily gained the trust and respect of his fellow mercenaries, though. His immense strength meant skirmishes ended before others could even earn the slightest glory. After the war, Travis traveled the world with the reformed Trackhorn mercenaries, proving both his skill and intellect on the way. As a lover of literature and a common trait among mercenaries, he always brought rare and valuable tomes to add to his expanding library whenever work led him home. After the war, Gilbert was coronated as the new king of Drakenhold and immediately made a name for himself as a savvy ruler. Long had he chased his brother's shadow, and now he stood in a light of his own making, one which filled his people with hope and joy. In the years to come, history would sing his praises as the heroic king who single-handedly delivered his land from the all-consuming ashes of war. With the war concluded, Virginia received the proposal of marriage from the newly crowned King Gilbert, an offer she gladly accepted. Okay, so this is like one of the first. This is one of the first ones we've seen that was a, you know, a relationship about it. So, as a representative of Cornea and Drachenhold both, she was beloved by both nations for the strides she made toward goodwill and unity. Over the years, her bold demeanor and skillful blade work earned her the love and adoration of countless. Whatever. After the war, the relationship between Cornea and Drachenhold was mended at last, and Leah officially entered Virginia's service. When her lady gave birth to a royal heir some years later, Leah surprised the court by doting on the newborn prince even more than his loving parents. When the prince grew old enough to wield a sword, Leah served as his stern yet kind master. What would happen if you would have given Virginia the unicorn ring in this? Would it change the story? I don't know. Good question, I guess. Should be the swamp here. Nope, this is... This is where the ones that I didn't get, the thief or whatever, probably would have been here. Whatever his name was. After the war, Celeste continued to work her leading her local Elheim military, swooping down in the skies to aid town people in danger and provide the relief of injured soldiers. One person rescued by Celeste later stated it started a business by which the customers would travel to see to the sights of Fairbairn atop a noble griffin, a venture which she named after his savior. I'm assuming that's where it would be, because it's the first time we've seen just one person in an area. The only person I know I missed was the thief. Chloe's hanging out with them. After the war, Yana brought her powerful magic to bear as Cornea's court sorceress. Toward the end of her life, she tearfully retired from the king's service and returned to the swamp to teach the rising generation of witches as their wise village elder. It is said that she maintained her youthful visage until her final days and departed this world surrounded by her steadfast disciples. After the war, Sylvie continued to travel the lands, pursuing her research into ancient Zenora. The memory of the Empire's modern reign freshened in their minds. The world was eager to learn more about the deeds of days old, and Sylvie's work garnered in its interest. As deeper understanding of Zenora's history and culture spread through Fairbairn, further scholars built upon Sylvie's findings, thus memorializing her as a pioneer in the field. But the war concluded, Radiel at last returned to her dream of becoming a knight at Elheim. Though some still whispered about her half-elf blood, she unflinchingly proved herself through great skill and valor, thus silencing those who discriminated against her. In a few years' time, she came to attain even a greater glory than her mother before her, and stood as a proud beacon of hope for the half-elves throughout every corner of Elheim. I like this. I really do. I like this ending. It's going to take a little bit still, but... After the war, Rosalinde convinced Ithilien to return to the village which sheltered him from Zenoran watchful eye. There he was reunited with Elena and the two wed, and though their time together was limited by the much shorter human lifespan, they cherished every last moment they spent in each other's loving company. Upon Elena's passing, Ithilien remained in the village and watched over his descendants for the rest of his days. After the war, Raylanor continued to serve Rosalinde in their new role as Queen of Cornea. Having been separated from her lady during the invasion of Elheim, Raylanor gained a renewed sense of duty and refused to leave Rosalinde's side, even when the situation didn't call for a guard's protection. However, Rosalinde herself found this dedication to be quite endearing indeed. I guess Rosalinde will be one of the last ones. We shouldn't see we should be getting close to this, because, I mean, there's a lot still to go, but we didn't get as many recruits in the last two areas. With the war with Zenora concluded, Etelinde returned to Elheim and restored its charred forests and downtrodden settlements to their long-forgotten glory and pride. By the time the nation had recovered in true, elves and humans formed a deeper bond of unity, and the divine Tyrannos commanded the respect and love of both races alike. After the war, Gladimir was reinstated as Etelinde's personal guard, and served faithfully beside the divine Tyrannos. Though the land had entered a time of peace, she trained ever diligently with the bow. One legend speaks of the day she spied a vile rogue at Elheim's border and fired upon him from miles away through Grinnell at the Castle Lore Hall, piercing him with a single arrow. After the war, Lagos first aided in the reconstruction of Elheim before swearing his loyalty to Etelinde anew, thus serving as her second in command for all of Elheim. From that moment forth, he dedicated his life to protecting Elverde, securing Elheim and ensuring the peace of the Elven land would never be disturbed by war. I think we don't have too many recruits in these last two areas, so. Word of a courageous human race by Bistrels spread throughout Fairbreath, eventually drawing the gaze of renowned historians who penned tales of her exploits in Free and Bastorius. The magnitude of her story resonated across the lands, and Unifi and her heroic brethren came to be idolized by children everywhere, even those who had never once met a Bestral. At the behest of other Bestral bloodlines, Morad ascended to the throne as the new king of Bastorius, and sole surviving line Bestral. Having experienced life as a human and Bestral both, he ruled without discrimination and quickly garnered the loyal support from subjects of all races and bloodlines. Even after Zenora's collapse, Ramona continued to lead the Frostblooms in aiding wounded Bestrals and restoring Bastorius to its former glory with her vast wisdom and king inside. She also served as counsel to the new king of Bastorius, thus dedicating her life to Bestral prosperity and aiding their relations with other lands of Fedworth. they're not in the hot spring. It's funny. Anyway. Though offered a role as Knights Captain by the new King of Bastorius, Gold declined, thus handing the post to trusted subject and returning home to manage his grandfather's tavern. Despite its age, the tavern thrived for years to come as a warm, welcoming establishment and treasured haven for weird Bestrals taking part in the restoration of Bastorius. With the war concluded, Bertrand left his hammer to the restoration of Bastorius, lent his hammer, and the construction of monuments to honor those fallen in battle. Every year, the anniversary of the war's end saw Bastorius blanketed in the bittersweet aroma of flowers left as offerings to those memorials. Should be getting close. At the suggestions of a dear friend, Dinah and the Snow Petals traveled through Bastorius to aid in the ongoing reconstruction effort. Her fierce loyalty and firm leadership proved equally as useful in times of peace, and Justice saw countless hopefuls expire to join the Snow Petals, human and Bestral alike. In time, her distressed humans thawed like the northern ice in the light of spring. I don't remember. Oh, okay. After the war, Nina returned home, much to the joy and relief of Millet and her parents. Having reconciled with her family, she then departed once again to travel the world and aid in the ongoing reconstruction efforts. In time, tales of her exploits spread through the land, and admirers gathered in every town in hopes of meeting the vivacious knight. Okay. Bryce reformed the Rock Rats in true, not as bandits, but as a band of mercenaries seeking to aid in the post-war recovery of Fedworth. With kindness, humility, and eagerness to accept new tasks few would dare endure, saw him grow into a respected figure among both the townsfolk and his fellow mercenaries. I'd kind of forgot about Bryce because I never used him. The war concluded, Sharon returned to the Ronmont Church to attend to the wounded. Everywhere she and her trusted companion ATLUS went, they were met with kind hearts and restored faith in the church's teachings. In time, their tale became to be immortalized in a massive stained glass window adorning the walls of the beloved Ronmont. After the war, ATLUS laid down her sword in exchange for a prayer book, and thus took the residents in Ronmont Church to spread the Orthodoxy's teaching. There, her status as an angel saw her inspire fervent faith in those around her, and even without her blade in hand, she forever strived to sever the encroaching roots of evil. After the war, Rhaenys led a quiet life and humble service to the Albion Abbey. Her kind, caring nature saw many of her former allies visit the church and offer their prayers and reminisce over a warm meal. In times of leisure, she would pay visits to Scarlet, and the two quickly rekindled their years-forgotten friendship. I didn't use Tatiana either. After the war, Tatiana traveled the world to broaden her knowledge and advance her medical studies should the plague strike again. Though she believed that faith alone could never heal the sick, she softened her stance upon witnessing the warmth, care, and curative magics the land's churches offered the people. Upon her return to Cornelius, her research was greatly funded by King Elaine, and in time it grew to form the central tenets of Fairbrother medical practice. I'm just kind of like, I can't believe they wrote an end story for everybody. That's After the war, Scarlet ceded the pontificate to Sentinels and returned to Palavia to live out the rest of her days as a humble priestess. There her presence saw a renewed faith in orthodoxy as believers gathered to hear her sermons and tales of Albion's Savior. At times she could be seen in the cathedral's garden, conversing warmly with a young angel and an imposing man clad wholly in black armor. After the war, Eumeris spent her days defending the orthodoxy as a sacred knight, pursuing her studies of botany all the while. The fervent flower garden she tended to quickly became one of Albion's most sought-after pilgrimage sites. It is said at times she could be seen hosting Scarlet in that very garden, where the two reminisced about their distant childhood. After the war, Jerome returned to Largion and began restoring the city and surroundings with the undying aid of his beloved citizens. The liking and mastery of governance, his kindness, loyalty, and the occasional baked good earned him the never-ending trust and affection of his people. I didn't use to there. Fotoquia. The work of his liberation complete, Fotoquia returned to Pestum and began to walk the long road toward reconstruction. His unwavering dedication toward the task at hand earned him the renewed trust of his people, and together they ushered a new age of peace and prosperity. In time, his beloved son's grave came to be forever adorned with flowers and offerings. Should be getting close here. After the wars, Sentinels traversed Albion to aid in the reconstruction, wherein witnessing the breadth and faith of the land thus altered by his own beliefs. Despite Scarlet's insistence, he had long declined the pontifical mitre, but in time he relented and chose to honor the trusts of those who believed in him. Thereafter, as new pontifex, he and Nigel worked tirelessly to guide the orthodoxy down the proper path and spread its teachings to any who would listen. Did it give me the one for Nigel? Do we skip this? I don't really want to watch this. Skip, hopefully. Okay. Thus, Rosalinde was welcomed in the Grand Queen's halls as his new queen. There she ruled Cornea as Elaine's bride, and the two remained extremely close, both in their official duties and their personal lives as husband and wife. Okay, I was hoping that would be a little bit more personalized, but anyway, so that's the technical end of it. I think we get to continue on though. You may now commence the quest. Unicorn Overlord has started the final confrontation against Galeras. I don't know. Wait. Okay, that's not what I expected to happen there. Okay. Holy Unicorn Shield, Fevrot, and Cornea Reborn. Okay, so what is that shield? I mean, it has debuff immunity. Do I really need debuff immunity? Not really, but he probably should have that. He probably should have that shield on. I mean, it is his shield, so you should be wearing it, I guess. I mean, both of them have debuff immunity, so I really don't need that much debuff immunity. Again, it is his shield. Let's see what we can get here. Armor.
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place.
Okay, so you can buy pretty much infinite amounts of food right there.
Be seeing
You have the money. Alright, I want to see a couple of things here. I want to go and do this. I really want to talk to everybody and their brother here. Even though they's my peeps, I don't want to just spend my day talking to them. World Traveler, so that should be the 100%. I don't know that I really need to pick this up, to be honest with you. What I want to do here I don't know, so I want the map open. Heed my call, basically. I recognize that voice, but I thought this Aegis improvement brought toward it. Indeed, we had, but yet remains one final task to manage your attention. What is it? In the northwest of Cornea lies the former capital of the ancient Zenoian Empire. We shall speak further at the nearby sanctuary and do not delay the fated wrongdoers are probably corrupted. Wait, please, I have still more questions. Okay. It would seem I got no choice then. Sanctuary is. Okay, now it opens the map. Why is that dark? Yeah, I don't want to do those. Okay, I guess it's this one. But what I want to do is, what I'm trying to do is get over here and do this. Finish off this. You finished it. You actually finished it. Just give me a few copies over. You gave me honors? Really, honors? You gave me honors? Like by the time you get to 100, by the time you get 100%, your honors are done. Just like the map is done. If only I could bring it to my wife in ATLUS, she might just find her way. Thank you, young man. I'll finally be able to hold my head high when I see her again. And then he disappeared into the afterlife, apparently. Alright, so looks like we have another quest here to do, so we'll be back to do that. Dying Breath of a Falling Empire. So, enemy level unknown. So, we'll try that again next time. But we do appreciate you joining us. And we will see you next time.